everyone, and welcome to the beautiful campus of Middle Tennessee State University, where we are live with the season finale of Blue Raider Extra Point. I'm Dylan Simmons, joined alongside Brett Walker and Evan Snyder, and boys, are we ready for a great season finale? Let's get right into it by going around the CUSA. Evan Snyder is going to tell us a little bit about the CUSA championship race right now.
With 2 games left to go, things are getting action-packed in this week's Around the CUSA. Looking at the standings, Jacksonville State sits at the top of the conference at a perfect 6-0 record in conference play, and being 7-3 overall. With some teams, however, in do-or-die situations, let's talk about it. One of those teams being reigning conference champions Liberty, and their hopes are looking pretty grim. Escaping a nail-biter versus UMass in a non-conference game last week, the Flames face a tough battle. They need to win out and also need Western Kentucky and Sam Houston to lose their last 2 games of the season to find a spot in the conference championship, and let the face-off against Western Kentucky to try to stay alive. Now, when you look at Western Kentucky, they're pretty much in the exact same situation as Liberty, where they need to win their last 2 games of the season, but they just need Sam Houston to lose their last 2 in order to find a spot in that conference championship. However, Western Kentucky is coming off a tough loss against La Tech, losing that game 7-12, and of course they have to face off against Liberty this weekend. For Sam Houston, they're riding high right now with a 23-17 overtime win versus Kennesaw State last weekend. Sam Houston isn't locked into the conference championship just yet. They also need to win out and for Western Kentucky to lose at least 1 game. Or Sam Houston wins 1 game and Western Kentucky to lose their last 2. But the Bearcats have a tall task ahead of them as they face top dogs Jacksonville State this weekend. I know a lot of crazy situations going on this week, but make sure you catch all the action inside of Conference USA, especially with Liberty versus Western Kentucky and Jacksonville State versus Sam Houston, which these games could decide who we see in the conference championship.
All right, thanks, Evan. It seems like that CUSA championship race is really coming down to the wire.
This is the weekend to watch college football inside the conference.
It is going to be fun down the stretch, Evan. And speaking of that, let's take a look at some CUSA matchups on your screen right now. First up, we're going to have Sam Houston versus Jacksonville State today, then Western Kentucky versus Liberty. FIU travels to Kennesaw State. New Mexico State taking on MTSU right here in Murfreesboro. UTEP, Brett, you'll like this one, going to the University of Tennessee to play the Vols, and Louisiana Tech travels to Fayetteville to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks.
UTEP is getting paid apparently $1.6 million to go to Knoxville and play.
Hey, money helps certainly in this situation, guys.
The biggest thing and biggest detriment to this New Mexico State team is losing guys like Diego Pavia, who went to Vanderbilt. Actually, a lot of their guys did go to Vanderbilt. That's kind of hurt them, but Dylan Simmons with the scouting report was able to do more of a deep dive on New Mexico State and kind of what they're bringing to the table coming here to Murfreesboro. Let's take a look at that.
For the final scouting report of 2024, we are heading out west to Aggie country. New Mexico State is off to a 2-8 start to the season, but don't underestimate their fight on the gridiron. This team heavily relies on the run, and that runs through the tandem of Seth McGowan and Mike Washington. McGowan currently leads the team in rushing yards with 702 total on the year, and an average of over 70 yards per game. Washington leads the team in rushing touchdowns with 6 on the year, and is coming off a 152-yard performance against Western Kentucky in the Aggies' last conference game. With MTSU having the worst rushing defense in CUSA, New Mexico State could have a chance to pounce. While the Aggies have been rolling on the ground, their air attack has been grounded all year long. New Mexico State currently has the worst passing offense in CUSA, with an average of only 114.1 passing yards per game. That average also ranks them as the number 131 passing offense out of 133 qualified teams in the country. Currently, the QB situation is in flux for the Aggies, as they have gone back and forth for most of the year between Santino Marucci and Parker Awad. If MTSU can keep New Mexico State one-dimensional on offense, the chance to win is there for the taking. With the struggles that both teams have had this season, it could make for one of the more unpredictable games of the year in CUSA. Either way, the excitement for this one will be nothing short of electric.